Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending our webinar on your NAID registration. Some of you may be looking to obtain your NAID number in order to sell HUD homes. Some of you might need to renew. So this webinar is all about what you need to know in order to go about this process. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to share my screen with you so I can share the slideshow. Okay, and as I was saying, my name is Nicole. I'm from Cantave Realty Group. I work with Nick Cantave. He's the listing broker for HUD Homes. We sell in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and sometimes Connecticut. So here we are. This is the broker registration. Everything you need to know to get your NAID number approved. Whether your NAID application is add new, modify, add new NAID to existing EIN, or recertification, it is pertinent that your application and supporting documentation match one another. Failure to complete the application in its entirety or submit the correct and accepted supporting documentation will result in a rejected application, thus delaying your application, renewal, recertification. And the broker registered with HUD, which is box 2C, has to sign all of the sales contracts. HUD now allows more than one NAID per brokerage, allowing for additional brokers per company. A blanket authorization letter is no longer allowed. And this is where you would complete the form. I can put a link to where you can find the application as well, but if you go onto HUD Home Store and click NAID application or find broker, you can find the link from there. So box 1A, you would add new and check this box if applying for an NAID for the first time. Box 1B, modify. This is if you already have an NAID and you need to make changes such as your principal broker or your address. Add new NAID to existing EIN, that's box 1C. And you would check this box if you have multiple branches. And box 8 must have the address of the main branch. Utility bill must match the address in box 10. Each branch will be given its own NAID number. Box 1D is for recertification. This is for your renewal with no changes to any information. So when you're applying for your NAID number, you need to complete Form 1111 and 1111A in its entirety in blue or black ink only. And these links right here, these are directly to the application forms. So you would print those out, fill them in, and mail them in. So your documentation requirements, you'll see on the second page of the Form 1111, it tells you what your required documents are. You're only going to look at SB, which is selling broker, right here. I've put a box around that in red. So both listing and selling brokers will use the SB payee type. If you are not a selling broker, please refer to the rest of the matrix listed below. When you are submitting your NAID application, you're required to submit 4 types of identification. Number 1, your IRS documentation or a Social Security card, which is verifying your tax ID. A copy of your broker's ID, which is your driver's license, passport, or state ID. A copy of the state real estate broker's license, and a copy of first page of the recent utility bill or bank statement. And this is the Form 1111. And if you go down each one like we went through before, this tells you what each box is and what's required. So box 2A, you would enter your EIN number as shown on the IRS document. Box 2B is your business name. Do not enter your DBA here. It must match exactly what it says on the first line of the IRS document, or your application will be rejected. Box 2C is your broker's name as shown on the broker's license. Box 4 is you only enter a NAID number if you already have an existing NAID and you are attempting to modify or recertify. Box 5, you would enter in your HOC area identifier, and area 3S is Arizona. 5S is California and Hawaii. 6S is Arkansas, Oregon, or Washington. And 3P is Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Box 6 is your payee type. As selling brokers are the most common payee type, so it'll be SB. Box 7, you would enter your phone number, your business phone number. Box 8 is your business address, which also must match the address with the utility bill in your NAID packet that you're submitting. Box 9, only fill this out for a DBA, otherwise it's unnecessary. Box 10, only fill out this box if you want your mail delivered elsewhere. The address listed here will be displayed on the HHS and where you'll be listed as doing business. Box 11, 12, and 13, please check mark all that apply. Box 14, enter contact person's name, email address, phone number, and fax number. And box 15 is the owner's name. Box 16, please check mark one box. Oh, sorry, hold on one second. Box 17 must be an original signature but does not need to be the broker. In box 18, 19, and 20, enter the title, date, and phone number. And then we go on to box 2C. This is your form 1111. This is the same information. Remittance name and address. The information supplied in this section of the 1111 is going to display on HUDHomestore.com. So this is your name, email address, phone number, and mailing address, etc. for your company. This is a signature section. The broker needs to sign and date both lines unless they're checking the box below. Checking the box right in the local board. And you're going to fill in broker's name, broker's license number, telephone number, tax ID, or social security as used on the form 1111 in either box 2A or 3A, and your company's name and mailing address. Do not use your DBA. And this document needs to be the original. Copies are not accepted. This is a sample of your IRS documentation. It must include a copy of your IRS documentation with your NAID application. It needs to be current. It needs to be within 2 years of submission. And only first line will be considered your business name. Second line will be your DBA per the IRS database. So for example, this one, John Doe Inc., is the business name, and the DBA would be J&D Realty. And the DBA is displayed when Find a Broker on HUD Home Store is utilized. If you need a copy of your 147C, you can call 1-800-829-0115, and they're pretty quick at getting you your letter that you need once you request it. You can also provide your letter SS4, a tax coupon, or a pre-printed address label from the IRS. Or a copy of your Social Security card, just make sure it's signed. Copy of identification, which would be your driver's license. Make sure it's not expired. Copy of your state real estate broker's license. Must include a copy of the broker's license with the NAID application. So it must state that it's a broker's license. No other licenses will be accepted, so it can't be a salesperson. The name on the broker's license must match the name that's on the driver's license, the name in box 2C or 3B, and your social security card if supplied. Ensure the broker's license is not expired or expiring within 60 days of submission. And then here's a sample utility bill. This is a phone bill from AT&T. You want to make sure it's current, so within 1 month of your submission, your most recent bill should be submitted. List the address of the company, and it must match box 8 or 10 on your Form 1111. And then if box 1C has been marked on the 1111 form, please note that the address on the utility bill must be placed in box 10 on the 1111 form to show different branch addresses. The name on the bill must match box 2B, 2C, 3B, or 9 on Form 1111. And this is regarding your application process and status. BLB Resources is proud to offer initial review of NAID packages for BLB brokers. Email your NAID package to naidhelp@blbresources.com for review. They will review and advise you of corrections needed in order to avoid rejections or delays. This helps save you postage when you overnight the package over to HUD. Once your package has been submitted, you will need to check HUD Home Store for status. It takes approximately 2 weeks for processing, and new payees do take longer. So you would go to hudhomestore.com, click NAID application, then click check current NAID status, and then you would enter in your tax ID or your social security number that you used on your application. And once your NAID is awarded, modified, recertified, please make sure that all brokers using this NAID know they must register on hudhomestore.com, and each person should have their own personal login. Do not use someone else's. Information regarding HUD Home Store registration is provided in the Selling Broker Handbook on the BLB Resources website. And to ensure there is no question regarding anything in your package, fill out the entire application, even if you are only recertifying. Do not leave anything blank, no matter what the instructions say. If you are only modifying, check the recertification box too, as this will extend your NAID for the length of 1 year. And make sure that the 1111 and 1111A have original signatures. Signature stamps are not accepted. If you are signatory to a voluntary affirmative marketing agreement between HUD and the local board, check the box listed below the signature and indicate the board name. The more recent the utility bill or bank statement, the better. Example, if it is October, submit a September statement or bill. And thank you so much for attending. If you have any questions, please leave us a comment. You can also email us at cantavirealtygroup@live.com. You can also visit our website, www.cantavirealtygroup.com. And feel free to call. We can be reached at 781-725-2179. I thank you for your time, and I hope you're able to register for your HUD NAID number and enjoy selling HUD homes. Have a wonderful day.